Hello friends, Freeciv is my favorite computer game and I want to convince you that you should also play it. It is a turn-based strategy game available for Linux and Windows. You can play it alone or as a team, and the goal is to develop a civilization that conquers the world. Here we see the dawn of civilization. Just one city has been founded, Berlin. Let's look into it. We see it has one inhabitant, and the only military unit that you can build are warriors. Regarding the statistics, it produces one gold coin per turn and one science point per turn. So if we now make a time lapse 5,000 years into the future, we can look at the same Berlin being a bit developed. Here, Berlin has 31 inhabitants, which comes to a real inhabitant count of almost 5 million. It has an airport, aqueduct, a bank, city walls, Colosseum, being defended by 2 Marine Corps, and you can build a lot of stuff, including military units like Alpine troops, battleship, destroyer, howitzer, cruise missile, atomic bomb, armor, and spies, and a lot more. Regarding the statistics, it makes 195 gold coins per turn and 148 science points. So quite a bit better, I would say. The real challenge with this game is to strike a balance between researching, developing your cities, and fighting your enemies. And in order to get this right, you need to start from a good start. So I would like to show you some tricks here. Let's have a look at this map here. You see the one founded city here quite in the center. Then you see a unit of settlers. Settlers can build cities and they can also build roads and irrigation. Here you see workers. Workers can only build roads and irrigation, so they are to improve your landscape. And and if you want more help, you can just click on Help Units, and then you expand this. You go to Workers, and here you see what they can do. They can defend themselves, but not too good. They cannot attack other units. There are no military units at all. They can just basically build roads and irrigation. And once you have researched railroad, they can also build railroad. And once you have researched uh, refrigeration, they can also build farmland. So every city will look in its vicinity and use the fields around it for harvesting. And if we look at it, here you see the fields around it. In this case, the harvesting takes place in the ocean. So this is a fisher village. And you see, if I go here, then this city would make per turn 2 food points, um, 0 production points, and 0 trade points in this um, in this field. So it's better to choose this field because you get 2 additional trade points when you send your citizens for fishing instead of sending them for for the fields. Anyway, if you build roads here, you will also get trade points. Trade points will be converted according to your tax rate into gold, luxury, and science points. So it is basically the taxation, and the state can do with it what it wants. And by the tax rate, you determine if you spend your money on gold, so it goes into your treasury, or into luxury, which means people become happy. We will need this later once the city becomes a bit bigger, or if the resources go into science. Okay, and regarding the first point, this is food. So right now, the city as a whole gets 2 points, 2 food points because of its existence, and 2 food points because of the work of their citizens. So 4 food points it gets, 4 food points. There's one citizen in, and to maintain this citizen, it needs 2 food points. So you have a surplus of 2 food points, which means that in 9 turns, the citizen count of this city will be increased by 1. And regarding the production, you make 0 production points per turn thanks to the val here. And plus you make 1 because of the sheer existence of the city. You have placed it into the right field. So overall you make 1 production point, which means you have a surplus of 1 production point, and your warriors need 10 production points. So they will be done in 10 turns, and 9 turns are remaining. You can also buy the warriors in case you have enough in the treasury. So if you increase your tax rate so that you make a lot of money, you do not need so much production because you can buy the stuff that you are about to build. So let's try to buy it. Tells me, okay, costs 22 gold, but you only have 51 gold in the treasury. Do you still want to buy it? I say yes. And in the next turn, a friendly warrior will appear here. Now, as I have said, I will use this warrior to discover what is around here in this civilization, and I will use this warrior to, sorry, it's a worker, not a warrior. I will use this worker to build a road. And with this settler, I could now build a town, or I could build a road. If I type R, it does not build a road because I have not yet invented bridge building, and you clearly see that there's a river going along here. So this is the reason why I cannot build a road here. And I will not build a city here because we would be too close to Berlin and we would be competing for resources. So let's go a bit to the right, and let's use this here. This guy is, as you can see, an explorer. Basically, it is not an attack unit and not a military unit. It is a unit to discover your what's around, and that is urgently needed now. And this has now been my first turn. And another thing I wanted to show to you is how you find out which terrain you are on. Let's do that in the next round. I click on turn done, and here is my first warrior. Now I click here on the settler, and I see the terrain here is forest. So I can go to help terrain, and then let's see forest, and you see that you need a lot of movement points to go through a forest. So it's not as easy as going through plain land. It requires 2 movement points. But if you want to irrigate it, this will take 5 turns, and if you want to build a mine there, this will turn it into swamp, and it will take 15 turns. If you use it without any street or mining or something like that, then you will get 1 food point and 2 production points out of the forest. Yeah, it's clear. Forest has a lot of wood. You can use that wood for production, so you get 2 production points, but you get 0 trade points, which means you will not get too much of science, luxury, or gold in your treasury out of it. Just wanted to show this to you. Now we still have this settler. Let's try to find a good point to found a new city. And as I can see here, this does not look too good. Seems we are only having swamp here, forest, river, and here we have, as you can see it, swamp. But here is a well, and this will give us good production capabilities. However, nothing for the start. So I type here F to fortify my warrior, and this guy has now been done building the road. Oh no, I mixed it up. This guy has never built a road. As you see, we are just in the course of expanding our civilization. So I just say turn done, and we are in the next turn. And I would say this place here, this place here also deserves a road, because if we now go to Berlin and see here, we have a plain land and it has a road. And if I put one citizen to become a farmer and to use this land, we get 2 trade points, 0 production point, 2 food points, 0 production points, 1 trade point. The same on the land without a road yields 0 trade points. So roads are good for trade. This is also something that you can easily remember. Roads are good for trade. Forests are good for production. So here you see, I get 1 food point, 2 production points, 0 trade points out of the forest. So should I go for more production, or should I go for more trade, or should I go for more food? Yeah, with food, the city grows faster. With production, you can build faster. With trade, you can advance your sciences faster, or you can fill your treasury. Quite easy. At the beginning, my default would be to click here, and then the artificial intelligence will decide what you need. And it favors the sea, because here you get a lot of food points and a lot of trade points. Good for your science and for your gold. Okay, let's click on close. And now I want to show you how to adapt the tax rate, because the tax rate is exactly what determines how many percent of your income from trade points goes to money in your treasury, and how much goes to science. Here you can change it. I would absolutely not recommend to change it in the beginning. If you still want to, you cannot do it too much, because you are in despotism. You have not yet researched monarchy, so you cannot really rule this country regarding tax rates. Also a fine idea of the makers of civilization. Good. Let's move this one a bit. And I would say this guy here should build a city maybe here. Or let's look with this explorer where there is more space up here. I have now decided to put my next city here, because if you make your state too big, then it will be hard to move troops between the cities, and this makes you vulnerable to enemies. So let's see. By the way, never forget to watch your messages. You will get messages like, here we have met an enemy, here someone wants to talk with you about alliances. So never miss these messages. So I type the key C to see if there's still one C like center, to see if there's still one unit left that wants to move, but there is no unit left. So I click on turn done, check my messages again, and there are no messages, but I can now move again. And I find that we really need some place to build new cities, because this is not an absolutely optimal place to build a city. First of all, the inhabitants will look at this field, and this field will also be claimed by the citizens of Berlin. So once the cities become really big, they will get in competition who gets this field here. That is the first reason why this place is not ideal. The other reason is that you have not too much good things around you at this place. If I build a city, what I want around is such a whale, because it really helps with getting resources from the sea, or such a whale. But here this is not around. There's also no gold mine around it. There's all these goodies. Like here, you have an oil field around. That is not the case here. Nevertheless, we need to build one city every, let's say, 6 or 5 or 7 quadrants. And I type B for build city. And I have the next city. You should defend each city with 1 or 2 good defensive units. So warriors are not good defensive units, but we have not yet researched any other type of military units. So we keep it as it is. And in Berlin, we are already defended by 1 warrior. So what I would like to see here would be that a settler gets built. And because we are in an initial expansion phase, I would even try to buy it. But I cannot, because I don't have enough money. Okay. So if I cannot buy it, then at least I can, for the future, build a road here and use this one to discover more of the continent I am on. Turn done. No messages. Okay. Here we have something nice. We have wheat. And if we look at it, let's hop onto it. And then I will look it up. It was plain land, if I remember correctly. I think this is plain land. So I go for terrain and then plains. And this is how plains look. And if wheat is on it, then it will give 3 food points, 1 production point, and 0 trade points. So imagine you have an acre with a lot of wheat growing there. You don't get anything, any trade from there, but you get a lot of food from there. Makes sense. So if this wheat was not there, then you would have only 1 food point from these planes here. So this is how you read the help about this. Let's explore a bit. Maybe a good idea is now to go back to a civilization and click on research and decide for a cool technology to research for. Because as of now, you're researching masonry. The artificial intelligence has set it this way. Masonry is described here. If you want to know it exactly, you can go also here and you search for technologies. And here you would find masonry. It allows you to build city walls, to build a palace, to build great walls, and to build pyramids. Great Wall is a wonder of the world. So you would go here to Wonders of the World and then on Great Wall. And a Great Wall just replaces a city wall in all of your cities. So instead of building a city wall in all your cities, you build in one city a world wonder, which is the Great Wall. And then all your cities have the same defense strength that they would have if you had built a wall in each of them. So this is possible with masonry. And if you have developed masonry, then as a next step, as a following step, you can develop mathematics and you can develop construction. Construction you can only develop if you also have currency, and mathematics you can only develop if you also have researched the alphabet. You do not need to understand this graph here completely, but what I would like to point out here is that you have a relatively large landmass, so you do not need to research navigation as a highest priority. You you also do not have a lot of rivers, just one river here, hindering your expansion. So you do not need bridge building at a high priority. So what I would recommend researching now is monarchy, because with monarchy you can change tax rates, and also if you look at government forms, then you will see that with monarchy we are in despotism right now. With despotism, you have highest levels of corruption. So that means you have two cities in the center of your civilization, and all other cities that are further on the outskirts suffer from corruption. And this is not what you want. What you want is monarchy. There you have a lot better situation regarding corruption. So we go here and say civilization research goal is monarchy. Another good goal would be, for example, railroad or gunpowder, but this would take much longer to be developed. Let's look at gunpowder, if it exists here. No, it does not really exist here, but if you, for example, look for university, there you need 10 other progresses in order to get to the progress of university. Masonry, you can directly search. Map making, which is needed for ships, will need one other advance. So, as I said, we take monarchy, and this means we will now be researching alphabet, ceremonial burial. This will enable us to research code of laws, and finally monarchy. So 1, 2, 3, 4 advantages we do have to get further in order to have monarchy. And every progress takes 14 turns. So you need 14 turns in order to make one advance. So for alphabet, you need 14 turns. For ceremonial burial, you need 14 turns, because you only make 2 light bulbs per turn. 2 light bulbs, meaning that what you get from trade converted into money and technological progress. So we decide for monarchy and say monarchy shall be the next goal for our wise man to develop. And this concludes my short introduction to Freeciv. The next part will be, there will be more parts about how to make war, how to deal with state forms, and much more. Stay tuned. Thank you.